Hello everyone, welcome to the course Animal Waste Management with the module name Animal Waste and Environment, Week 4, Lecture number 4, National Biogas and Manure Management Program. Myself, Dr. Utkarsh Kumar Tripathi, Assistant Professor, Faculty of Veterinary and Animal Sciences, Rajiv Gandhi South Campus, Banaras Hindu University, Barkashah Mirzapur. Today we are going to deal with a government initiative, that is National Biogas and Manure Management Program, which is responsible and acting vigorously for the establishment of biogas plant in the rural, in the urban areas and semi-urban areas. As we all know that the biogas is a way of non-conventional resources of energy, and ultimately we are using the animal waste and agricultural waste and byproducts as the raw material for feeding into the digester, and we are getting out of it the biogas, and thereafter we can also use the slurry obtained from that biogas plant, which can be put into our field and getting the soil health better and good crop production ultimately. So here we see that the program of this National Biogas and Manure Management Program was launched by the Government of India under the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, that is popularly known as MNRE, and the primary goal of this NBMMP program is to establish the family type biogas. So here we see that NBMMP is responsible for establishment of family type biogas plant, means on a smaller scale, that converts the organic waste into biogas for cooking purpose, and lightning means electricity purpose, and also producing the organic manure as a key byproduct of this biogas plant. So what are the important NBMMP features? So here we see that it improves the biogas production, means utilizing the various organic materials such as cattle dung, agricultural residues, food waste and other biodegradable material to produce the biogas. Thereafter, if we are using this biogas plant, we are going to help the environment. So what are different environmental benefits we are going to get? That we are going to reduce the greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide and methane, thus contributing to the chemical. So if we are promoting the biogas technology, the NBMMP aims to reduce the greenhouse gases emission like carbon dioxide and the methane, thus contributing to climate change mitigation. And thereafter, the sanitation improvement is also a key feature of this NBMMP. That is, the program also seeks to enhance the sanitation in rural areas by linking the sanitary toilets with the biogas plants, thereby improving overall health condition. So what are the different achievements of this program? Here we see that since its inception, approximately 49.6 lakh household size biogas plants have been installed across the country, which is very significantly contributing to the rural energy needs and sustainable agriculture practices, because we are getting not only the energy resource, but also we are getting the slurry, means organic manure out of it for our field, for our crop production purpose. So this MNRE has set annual target for biogas plant installation with the goal of establishing around 65,180 new biogas plant in the year 2017-18 in the past, and thereafter it is also responsible for making some awareness program and training camps for the biogas plant establishment and acceptability. So MNRE conducts the awareness campaign through the local advertisement, posters in public places, and distribution of informational booklet during agricultural fairs and exhibitions to educate the communities about the benefits of biogas technology. Here we see that the clean cooking fuel and organic manure is the key feature of this NBMMP established biogas plant. So if we talk about the clean cooking fuel, we find that this NBMMP aims to establish the family type biogas plant that converts the organic waste into biogas, which provides the sustainable and clean source of cooking fuel for rural household. This reduces the dependency on traditional fuel like firewood, kerosene, which are often polluting and unsustainable. If we talk about the organic manure production, the byproduct of this biogas plant, that is digested slurry, which serves an excellent organic manure. Here we see that slurry is told as the excellent organic manure. This biomanure enhances the soil fertility, which reduces the need for chemical fertilizer and supports the sustainable agricultural practices. Here we see that to improve the sanitation by linking the sanitary toilet and biogas plant is also the work of this program. So if we talk about the sanitation improvement, we find that NBMP promotes the integration of biogas plant with sanitation system like sanitary toilets, thereby improving the sanitation in rural areas. This linkage help in managing the human waste effectively while generating the biogas, which contributes for better hygiene and health outcomes. So there will be the reduction of open defecation also by providing the sanitary toilets which is to be connected to the biogas system. The program aims to reduce the open defecation practices in rural areas which are prevalent in many parts of our country, thus improving the public health. It also work for reducing the pressure on forest and empower the rural women. So here we see that forest conservation is another good feature of these programs, like the use of biogas as a cooking fuel helps to decrease the reliance on firewood and biomass sources from forest. This contributes to forest conservation efforts and mitigates the deforestation pressure caused by the fuel collection. Here we see that if the rural families are not getting any option for their cooking fuel, then ultimately they are going to get all these things from the woods, from the forest, and from the dung cakes and other things. So ultimately they are going to deforest the thing, and also they are going to pollute the air by burning the wood cake or dung cake ultimately. So empowerment of women's, that program which is specifically addressing the involvement faced by the rural women who are often responsible for collecting the traditional fuel. By providing a reliable source of clean energy, women can save the time and effort which allow them to engage in other productive activities such as educational or income generating works. So if we are talking about the biogas which is to be established by this program. So what is biogas actually? We have discussed so far in our various previous lecture that biogas is a renewable energy source that consists of a mixture of gases produced through the anaerobic digestion of organic matter. This process occur in the absence of oxygen, where microorganisms break down the organic materials such as animal manure, food waste, agriculture residues and other biodegradable materials. So what are different main components of the biogas? Here we see that the methane, which is the primary component and the most significant in the biogas, typically making up to 50 to 70% of the total gas produced. So here we see that methane is responsible for the combustion of this biogas, which is constituting about 50 to 70% of the total biogas. So the energy content is just behalf of the methane, which is highly combustible gas, and that serves as the primary energy source in biogas and making it suitable for cooking, heating and electricity generation. If we talk about the another important component, that is carbon dioxide, and it is treated as a secondary component. Here we see that carbon dioxide usually consists about 30 to 50% of the biogas, which is actually non-combustible. While CO2 is not a source of energy, it is natural byproduct of the anaerobic digestion process. It can be captured and utilized in various applications. Along with the methane and carbon dioxide, there are various trace gases like ammonia, nitrogen, hydrogen sulfide and water vapor. If we talk about the hydrogen sulfide, the important component which is corrosive in nature, and if not managed properly during the biogas utilization and storage, it will damage the equipment and ensure some kind of safety issues. So if we talk about the biogas production, here we see that the animals is excreting, and that excreta of livestock produce and agricultural waste can be put in slurry tank, and slurry tank it will be transferred to the digester. After digester, the methanogens under the anaerobic condition will act on this, and thereafter the biogas will be generated, and thereafter that biogas can be used either for fuel purpose or for electricity generation purpose or some biofuels after refinement. And the slurry remained after that can also be used, for putting into the field like organic manure. So the sources of biogas, here we see that the agricultural waste in which the cattle dung is very important. One of the most important source of biogas, that cattle dung, which is rich in organic matter and is widely available in rural areas. It is often combined with other organic material to enhance the biogas production. If we talk about the crop residues, the leftover plant material from harvesting crops such as straw, husk and the leaves can be used as feedstock for the biogas production. So utilizing the crop residues not only reduces the waste but also provides an additional income stream for the farmers. Along with this agricultural waste, the municipal waste can also be utilized for putting as a raw material for the biogas plant. Here it comes that the food waste, organic waste generated from the household, restaurants and markets is a significant source of biogas. So here we can say that the food waste includes vegetable peels, fruit scraps and leftover meals which can be efficiently processed in biogas plant. If we talk about the sewage, the wastewater treatment plant can utilize the sewage sludge as a substance and substrates for the biogas production. The anaerobic digestion of the sewage not only generates biogas but also reduces the volume of the waste needing treatment. Here we see that the sewage is the full of organic material and that the organic material can be utilized for biogas production in the form of slurry and along with the animal waste and agricultural waste, which is that sewage is actually the municipal waste. So municipal waste can be combined with agricultural waste and animal waste for putting it as the raw material for our biogas plant. Here we see along with this the plant material and green waste that include the various type of organic materials such as grass, leaves and other garden waste. So green waste is particularly rich in nitrogen which enhance the anaerobic digestion. So ultimately we are going to provide the things for anaerobic digestion which promotes the methanogenous activity and for the formation of methanes. And the composting residues, the leftover material from composting process can also be used to produce biogas. So these residues are typically rich in nutrient and can help improve the overall efficiency of biogas production. So what are different benefits of biogas technology? Here we see that it provides the clean fuel for cooking and lighting. So the sustainable energy source we are getting out of that biogas which serves as a renewable source of energy that can be used for cooking, heating and lighting in rural household. By replacing the traditional fuels such as firewood, the kerosene, LPG, biogas, and we can reduce the dependency of these kind of non-renewable energy resources if we are using this biogas. Thereafter, after using this biogas, it will improve the indoor air quality. Using the biogas for cooking significantly improve the indoor air quality by reducing smoke and harmful emission associated with the burning biomass of fossil fuel. It also reduces the greenhouse gas emission. So the climate change mitigation is a very important aspect of that biogas plant, where biogas technology helps in reducing the greenhouse gases emission, particularly methane and carbon dioxide, which are very potent contributor to the climate change. So by capturing the methane that would otherwise be released into the atmosphere from decomposing organic waste, biogas system mitigates the impact of waste on global warming. Thereafter, the life cycle benefits are also attached with the biogas plant, where the overall life cycle emission of biogas are significantly lower compared to the fossil fuel, making it a more environmental friendly energy options. Here we see that the organic waste can be put into the biogas plant and thereafter getting fertilizer, that fertilizer can be put into the field and that field, from that field in the form of feed and fodder, it will be again consumed by the animals, and when the animal is excreting and then again it can be put into the biogas plant. So here we see that the circle is being complete now, and out of this circle we are making the things sustainable. Along with that, we are getting the clean energy which can be utilized for electricity generation, for fuel and for cooking purpose. So it produces and enrich the biomanure digested slurry. Here we see that the nutrient rich fertilizer and the byproduct of biogas production is digested slurry, which is the nutrient rich organic fertilizer that enhances the soil fertility. This biomanure contains the essential nutrient like nitrogen, like phosphorus and potassium, which promotes the healthy crop growth and reducing the need for chemical fertilizer. So ultimately the farmers dependency on chemical fertilizer and chemical substitute of the manure and fertilizer is being minimized and diminished if we are using the slurry obtained from the biogas production. Here we see that soil health improvement is a key feature of this biogas plant by using the biomanure, which improve the soil structure and moisture retention, leading to the better agriculture productivity. It also contributes to the sustainable farming practices by closing the nutrient loop. What we have seen earlier, that the loop is being closed if we are using the biogas plant by putting the waste into the slurry into that digester, and thereafter out of the digester we are getting slurry out of it, and their slurry is put into the field, and thereafter after feed and fodder production will be consumed from that field to the animal, and the animal will excrete the waste, and that waste will again be put into the digester. So that loop is complete, promoting the organic farming and the sustainable agricultural system for our farmers. Here we see that what are different components of NBMMP. Here the promotion of indigenously developed biogas plant model is the basic feature of NBMMP program. So here we see that the focus on local technology that is promoted by the NBMMP, and the use of indigenously developed biogas plant model tailored to the local conditions and available feedstock. This includes the various designs such as fixed dome and floating gas holder models. Thereafter, the diverse applications. These models are designed to efficiently convert different types of organic waste, including cattle dung, agriculture residues, and kitchen waste, into the biogas. Thereafter, it also getting support from institutions like the Khadi and Village Industries Commission (KVIC) and the National Dairy Development Board to ensure the availability of appropriate technology and support for implementation. Here we see that what financial incentives, including the central subsidies. So we find it here the central financial assistance like CFA, the NBMP provides financial incentives to encourage. Here we find that central finance assistance CFA, the NBMP provides financial incentive to encourage the installation of biogas plant. So here we see that subsidies vary based on the plant capacity and regional consideration. For example, the subsidies for family type biogas plant range from 5,500 rupees to 17,000 rupees, and that depends upon the size and location. So the additional subsidies are also there for linking the biogas plant with sanitary toilets, particularly beneficial on the beneficiaries household in rural areas. Here we see that training programs for farmers and entrepreneurs are also organized by this NBMMP, which include the comprehensive training program aiming at farmers and entrepreneurs to enhance their understanding of biogas technology and its benefits. Here we see that biogas development and training centers is responsible for this. These centers provide the technical training program, operational guidance and support for maintenance of the biogas plant, and they are located in key states across India. If we talk about the awareness campaign that is running by these programs, so here we find that this program conducts awareness campaign to educate the communities about the advantages of biogas technology and promoting its adoption as a sustainable energy solutions. So what are different implementation strategy of Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, that is MNRE. So we see that there is a central authority, that is National Biogas and Manure Management Program, is managed by the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, which is responsible for the overall planning and implementation and monitoring of the program across India. We talk about the policy framework. Here we see that MNRE sets the guidelines for biogas plant installation and financial assistance and technical specification to ensure effective implementation of the program. So MNRE also sets some annual targets, that is establishing annual physical target for biogas plant installation. For instance, a target of 65,180 biogas plants was set for a recent fiscal year to enhance the rural energy access. So it is also establishing some collaboration with the state nodal agencies, some NGOs and some cooperatives. Here we see that there are three stakeholders basically, the state nodal agency and thereafter some NGOs and some cooperative associations. Like if we talk about the state nodal agency, we find that each state has designated nodal department or agency that facilitate the implementation of NBMMP. So NBMMP is the central body, and thereafter it is also in touch with the state nodal agency responsible for the same program. So at the state level, so these agencies play a crucial role in coordinating activities, providing the technical support and ensuring compliance with national standards. Here we find that the partnership with NGO is also established by these NBMP. Here we find that some non-government organizations, that NGOs are actively involved in raising awareness about biogas technology and conducting some training program for farmers and assisting with the installation of biogas plants. So they help bridging the gap between the government initiative and the community needs. Along with this, some cooperative associations, some cooperative movements are also attached with this biogas plant establishment. Here we see that the local cooperatives are encouraged to participate in the program by facilitating the group installation of biogas plant. So the collective approach helps reduce cost and increase community engagement in sustainable practices. So here we see that the capacity building and training is also responsibility of this ministry as well as the program. Here we see under this ministry the training program and awareness campaigns are being launched. So we find that the MNRE support the various training initiative to educate the farmers and entrepreneurs about the biogas technology, operational maintenance and benefits. Here we find that Biogas Development and Training Center, that BDTCs, provides a hands-on training and technical assistance also. Along with this training program, the awareness campaign are also launched by this MNRE. The program includes some kind of campaign through local media, through workshop, the community gathering to promote the benefits of biogas technology and encourage the participations. So whatever the financial assistance under NBMP is being received by the public. Here we find that central finance assistance based on plant capacity basically, and the subsidy structure is like this, that the National Biogas and Manure Management Program, that is NBMP, provides a centrally financial agency central financial assistance for the installation of family type biogas plant, which typically range from 1 to 6 cubic meter in capacity. So subsidy rates are like this, roughly, that is NER state and SC/ST categories for plant with a capacity of 1 cubic meter, the subsidy is around 15,000 rupees, and the for plants for the capacity of 2 to 6 cubic meter is around 17,000 rupees. If we talk about the plain areas of Assam, we find that the plant with a capacity of 1 cubic meter, it is 10,000 rupees, and the for plant with the capacity of 2 to 6 cubic meter, we find it as 11,000 rupees. For J&K, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand and other specified regions, the plant with the capacity of 1 cubic meter, the subsidy is around 7,000 rupees, and the for plants with the capacity of 2 to 6 cubic meter, this is around 11,000 rupees. For SC/ST community in other states, for plant with the capacity of 1 cubic meter is around 7,000 rupees, and the for plants with the capacity of 2 to 6 cubic meter, it is around 11,000 rupees. For general category, the same plants with a capacity of 1 cubic meter, the subsidy is around 5,500 rupees, and the for plants with the capacity of 2 to 6 cubic meter, it is around 9,000 rupees. So what are different, along with this, the additional financial support from government side is to provide the turnkey job fee. A fee of around 1,500 rupees per plant is provided for fixed dome, Deen Bandhu type and floating gas holder KVIC type brick masonry models. This includes the construction supervision and the quality control for 5 years, and it is also available the facility to link the sanitary toilets, and for that purpose the additional subsidies are also available for biogas plant linked to the sanitary toilets, particularly benefiting the household in rural areas. So what are the different target achievement after this efforts from the government side and the ministry? So here we find that over 49.6 lakh biogas plant has been installed since the inception of this program. If we talk about the cumulative installation, as of the latest report, the National Biogas and Manure Management Program has successfully facilitated the installation of over 49.6 lakhs, that is 4.96 million household sized biogas plant across India since the inception of the National Biogas Program in 1981. So what are the impact on rural energy? Here we see that these installations have significantly contributed to the providing clean cooking fuel and organic manure to the rural household, enhancing the energy access and promoting the sustainable agricultural practices. Along with this, the annual target set by the MNRE for the new installation is like this, that the annual installation goal for the ministry, so the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy sets a specific annual target for biogas plant installation to ensure the continued growth and expansion of biogas technology in rural areas. So the current target for the year 2023-24, for the financial year, the MNRE has set an ambitious target of installing around 65,180 new biogas plants. This target reflects the government's commitment to increase the renewable energy source and improving the rural livelihood. If we talk about the monitoring progress by the MNRE, we find that MNRE closely monitor the progress of installation through designated state nodal agency and other implementing partner, ensuring that targets are met efficiently. So what are the different environmental impact of these vigorous trial from the government side? Here we find that there is significant reduction in indoor air pollution. We find that the use of biogas as a cooking fuel significantly reduce the indoor air pollution compared to the traditional biomass fuel like firewood and dung cakes. If we are using the biogas plant, then it is attached with the health benefits by minimizing the smoke and harmful emission out of our firewood and dung cakes. The biogas contributes to better respiratory health, particularly for women and children who are often primarily users for the cooking stoves in rural household. If we talk about the sustainable cooking solutions, we find that biogas systems provide a cleaner alternative that are not only enhances indoor air quality but also promotes safer cooking practices which reduce the risk of health issues associated with indoor air pollutants. If we talk about the impact related to the contribution of climate change mitigation through greenhouse gas reduction, we find that biogas technology helps mitigate the climate change by reducing the greenhouse gas emission, particularly the methane as well as carbon dioxide. So the methane capture, by capturing the methane that would otherwise be released into the atmosphere from the decomposing the organic waste, the biogas system significantly lowers the overall greenhouse gases footprint of waste management practices. Life cycle assessment, if we find the life cycle emission associated with the biogas production are considerably lower than those of fossil fuel. This makes the biogas more environmentally friendly energy resources. So, with the alignment of climate goal, the widespread adoption of biogas technology supports national and global climate goals, which includes the commitment made under the Paris Agreement to reduce the carbon emission and promotes renewable energy sources. So, what is the social impact of adoption of this biogas plant? So, here we see that improved sanitation facilities, which is after linking the same to the biogas plant, we find it here that the National Biogas and Manure Management Program promotes the installation of biogas plant that are directly linked to the sanitation toilets. This integration helps to manage the human waste effectively while generating the biogas for cooking and lighting purpose. Thereafter, after linking that sanitary things with the biogas, it enhances the hygiene, means by providing the access to the proper sanitation facilities, the program contribute to improve hygiene and health outcomes in rural communities. This is particularly important in areas where open defecation is prevalent. It also reduces the waterborne disease that help to reduce the incidence of waterborne disease, contributing to better public health and quality of life for our residents of rural and semi-urban areas. Along with this, there is a significantly increment in empowerment of women through reduction work in fuel collection. In case of women empowerment, we are supposed to know the time saving, means traditionally women in rural areas spend significant time collection of firewood and other biomass fuels for cooking purpose. The availability of biogas as a clean cooking fuel option reduce this burden, which allows the women to allocate their time to other productive activities such as education or income generating works. It also increases the participation of women in economic activities. When the time is spent less in collecting these fuel options, then the less time is spent on fuel collection, women can engage more in economic activities which enhance their financial independence and contributing the household income. Thereafter, if women are empowered, then access to the clean energy through biogas technology empowers women by improving their health and safety, enabling them to participate more fully in community and family decision making process. So what are government supportive initiative for implementation of this program? Here we find that NABARD, that is National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, plays a very crucial role in financing the biogas project under the National Biogas and Manure Management Program. The loan facility which is available from the NABARD side, which provide loans to the individual and organization for the establishment of biogas plant, facilitating access to the necessary fund for installation. Here we see that the interest subsidy also offered by the NABARD on loan taken for the biogas project, making it financially easier for the farmers and entrepreneurs to invest in biogas technology. Support for capacity building is also supported by NABARD by capacity building initiative to ensure that beneficiaries are equipped with the knowledge and skills required for effective operation and maintaining of biogas plants. So what are different training programs conducted by the Biogas Development Center, that is BDTC, is also very important. So here we find that there are two things, that Biogas Development and Training Center BDTC and training modules developed by that BDTC. Here we find that these centers are established across various states to promote biogas technology and provides hands-on training to potential users. BDTC also offers the comprehensive training program covering the installation techniques for different types of biogas plants. So here we see that BDTC is working in two ways, that having some training centers and also establishing some training modules for establishment of biogas plant and just to supervise the regulation of biogas development. Along with this, the operational management and maintenance practices, here we see that safety measures and troubleshooting for biogas system, and for this the awareness campaign and collaboration with local institution is also launched by BDTC. Here, in addition to the farmer training, BDTC conduct awareness campaign to educate the rural community about the benefits of biogas technology, encouraging wider adoption. BDTC often collaborate with the local agriculture universities, various NGOs and the government bodies to enhance the reach and effectiveness of their training program. So if we want to summarize the Indian National Biogas and Manure Management Program, we find it here that NBMMP promotes the sustainable energy solutions and enhance rural livelihood in India. So thereafter, the installation achievement has been very remarkable and the environmental benefits are very significantly produced by the biogas plant, which reduce the greenhouse gas emission, which provides the social impact by putting women empowerment, providing them time for their family, for their education and taking care of their family, and donating lesser time in collecting the fuel wood and other things, and ultimately the economic support they can also get, because the establishment of biogas plant is always on beneficial side, because out of that biogas plant they are going to get the slurry, the biogas, and ultimately they are going to dispose of their waste in a better way. Along with this, if the farmers or some either individual or some institution want to establish, the NABARD is offering the loan and interest subsidies for biogas project, and components and implementation of promotes indigenously developed biogas plants model, which is also to collaborate with the state nodal agency, various NGOs, the cooperatives for effective implementation, and conducting some training program through Biogas Development Center to equip user with necessary skill. So there are future prospects which to enhance the impact through increased awareness, technology, dissemination and continued financial support. It also supports the sustainable agriculture practices through the production of enriched biomanure. So here we see that the government program of NBMP is promoting our farmers, our semi-urban and rural areas public to ensure the installation of biogas plant for their better benefits, for using their energy for cooking, for household purpose, along with that to making their soil with the better health, with the better production of their crops. Thank you.